On show at Oriel Mostyn is an exhibition by Tim Davies. The Welsh representative at the 2011 Venice Biennale, Tim is a conceptual artist whose art is as much about the ideas behind the work as the images on the wall. Tim Davies's work is often about memory and the traces left by previous generations. One part of the Oriel Mostyn exhibition is called Figures in a Landscape and is made up of dozens of old postcards from which the people in them have been carefully removed.
We don't use postcards as much as we used to. In their own little way, no matter how banal some comments might be, you know, the wish you were here scenario, there's a little social comment of that person writing this card at that moment in time. But the figures themselves, you know, I began to become interested in this notion of figures parading in costume, if you like, a national costume or a folk costume. Occasionally on the back of a card it will say, this one actually says, typical costumes and dances. The words in the title, particularly in this piece, are very, very carefully chosen. It's very, very simple. Figures in a landscape. Where are the figures? Oh, the figures aren't there. That's a very simple question, and one can get that. The figures are not in the landscape. So am I looking at a landscape? In this case, where you see the reverse, you're not. So that's a card I found where clearly someone bought it and then decided not to use it. But by reversing the card, the figures are still in a landscape. It almost becomes a curious minimalist landscape